Funky Phil. Trying something new today, and we're doing this on the interwebs, live as can be. Are you ready to hit it, Funky Phil?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hit record now.
Okay. It's Drum Brigade Podcast, starting right now, episode 102.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. What's up, everyone? Yeah. It's the Drum Brigade Podcast, episode 102. Yes, bring it on. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't really care if you can hear it. We're back, and it's episode 102 of the Drum Brigade Podcast, going live today. Going live, doing it on different platforms, a bunch of different platforms. We're streaming live on Facebook. We're streaming live on YouTube. We're streaming live on Twitch. We're streaming live on Instagram. We're streaming live. What, Phil?
I didn't set up. You said we could if I wanted.
Wait, what? Okay, when Kevin Aguchi comes on, we'll stream live.
Fine.
On Instagram. All right? We'll take your comments in the chat room. Hey, dudes, Funky Phil's dance moves are awesome. That's from Matt Hubble.
Die.
Wait, Phil.
Die. I hope you all die.
Don't say that, Phil. Dang.
Neil Peart.
Somebody's got some happy new drops.
Neil Peart. Looking like a Ken doll, just perfect.
Leave it to me.
That was about me.
Leave it
Looking
to
like
me.
a Ken doll, just perfect.
Leave it to me to hate when people say Neil Peart, and then that's the drop that we're using now.
Neil Peart.
Oh, boy.
Now you can just listen to yourself say it all the time.
I don't want people to say it. It's Neil Peart.
Neil Peart.
Dang you, Phil. Gosh, dang it. Anyways, this is episode 102, as mentioned, Drum Brigade Podcast. We're happy to be here. Me, Korey Kingston, right here in the Beat Locker in beautiful Pimp City, California, a.k.a. Oceanside. It's a beautiful day, foggy day. Funky Phil, yeah! See, this is the beauty. This is the beauty of streaming live, because no one would be able to see that. Those of you listening audio only, me and Phil are twinsies today, looking like a Ken doll.
Perfect.
Looking straight chiseled in our matching shirts, dude. Matching shirts, yes. Yellow Brigade Tiger shirts. Me and Phil have never looked so good in our life. All right, that beautiful, handsome specimen just looking like a straight-up Ken doll, dude. It's the one, it's the only fantastic, fundamentally sound, filthy Funky Phil Pardell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, Funky Phil. Welcome. Thank you for joining today, Funky Phil. Just a shining bright light in everyone's day. That's you, Funky Phil.
Stop saying it around me, or I will punch you in the face.
Dude, these drops, man. These drops. Sometimes I get on one. What is wrong with you, Zildjian? Sometimes people make me mad, dude. Then I have to get on a soapbox. Yeah, dude. This fool.
First of all, why are you asking me that?
There's a lot of my angry drops that we have.
Yeah, that's weird.
On this thing. Wait, here's another one. Stop talking to me. Shut up. So yeah, this is the Drum Brigade Podcast. Welcome everybody that's streaming live with us. Got a few already chiming in on the chat room. That's awesome. We don't have a guest this week, but we have our usual heartbeat. What is it? Finger on the pulse, I should say, heartbeat. Kevin Aguchi coming up a little bit later in about 20, 30 minutes. He's going to be jumping on with us, giving us the word on the street. Oh, yeah. And anyways, Drum Brigade, it's It's a lot of different things. We do a lot of different things. So if you guys got any questions or want to know anything about Drum Brigade, just visit our website, drumbrigade.com. You guys want to support this podcast, support what me and Funky Phil do. You want to keep the lights on here at Pimp City, just hit the link in the description. It'll take you right to our merch store, or it'll direct you right to our PayPal, where you can donate to the Drum Brigade and keep acceptance alive. Help drummers to not feel inferior. Help drummers to feel like they belong behind their drums. That is what we're all about right here at the Drum Brigade. Yes, sir. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Are you ready to get into it, Funky Phil?
Yeah.
Drum Brigade. Happy to be here, Funky Phil. It's been a great morning. Great morning. I just love your style today, man. Just love your style.
Thanks. I worked on it really hard today.
So, what's your deal? What have you been up to, dude? I haven't seen you in a week. We haven't really talked. What's the deal, dude?
Not a whole lot. I made chili the other day. It was good.
You didn't hit your music, dude. This doesn't sound right.
Oh. Well, I don't.
There we go.
Much to report.
It still isn't how are you doing until you have this music, bro. I've gotten used to it. There it is. It's been a good week.
It has. Nothing extreme to report. I ordered some new cymbals.
What the heck? Well, hold on.
I don't have them yet, though.
What is wrong with you, Zildjian?
Well, I mean, I put in an order for cymbals, but they have to come all the way from Turkey.
Dang, they're real?
They're real. They're really made in Turkey by real
Turkish
dudes.
people. Wow.
Yeah. Maybe some dudettes. I don't know who works in the factory.
So they're not
Korea. No, they're gonna be good. One's a crash cymbal.
Nice.
And one is kind of an effects crash-ish type thing. Not with big holes in it, though.
Nice.
I'm avoiding the ones with all the big holes.
Good for you.
Because I see them. Because I feel like I'll just crack them.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Don't follow, Phil. Be your own you.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I tried to find a crash that would be... I've been obsessed with this crash sound for a while now.
Yeah?
The sound of the crash cymbal on Georgie Porgy by Toto is the best sounding crash I've ever heard.
You texted me one time like, this crash sounds amazing. And I'm like, yeah, sounds good.
It's perfect. It's like the perfect amount of trashiness and punch and like, I don't know. It hits the spot for me. So I'm ordering something that should be pretty similar.
How did you find that sound without testing it?
Online demos.
Okay.
And I asked the cymbal makers.
Yes. You act like I'm forcing you to not say that. You play T cymbals. Okay.
Yes, I play the T cymbals.
All right.
By T cymbals, yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I think they're the best cymbals I've heard.
Oh,
they're
boy.
great.
Let's not get crazy, Phil. Calm down a little bit, okay?
I mean, I mean it. They're great.
Nice. They're nice.
They knock the socks off of anything I've had.
They're very you. They're very, very you. And every time I've heard them, I haven't been like, whatever, bro, beat it. They're nice. They're nice. You know, they're good. I don't have a cymbal endorsement, so I play Zildjians, but you know, I like Zildjians. I love these super dry. I'm ready to get some super dry hi-hats going. I'm ready to get the super dry, like the 21-inch with all the holes in it. I'm ready to take the plunge, dude, and just dirty
holes?
up. Yeah, well, the 21-inch is like, I think it's a 21-inch, a big one, and it's just the trashiest. It's a trash can lid, basically. I'm ready to get that and put maybe a splash, like a 12-inch splash on top of it and see how that sounds. Ooh, It's good. That's
Splash on a crash?
Yeah. Well, it's like an effects crash, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm really excited to hear these new cymbals. Your ride cymbal is amazing. It's a bit washy for my taste, but it's a really great sounding cymbal.
I love it. It really, it really depends on the sticks you use on it.
Really?
Yeah, it makes like the depending on what the tip is like on the stick you're using, it has a very different character.
Interesting. Yeah, I know my cymbal sound is going to go out of style. Like it's hot right now, the trashy, minor kind of sounding cymbals. And that's my vibe right now. I just like whenever, I'll put it this way, like right now I was recording over the weekend. And I have like a K hybrid and then an A custom. A custom is like the old way of me. Like I used to have all A customs and now I'm not vibing with that anymore. It's too bright and, sustaining.
Is it this one?
I love you.
No.
We are punk rock as it gets.
Hey, Corey Horn, Funky Phil. There we go. I can put our names there, except my name is Korey Kingston.
We are punk rock as it gets.
Yeah.
That's your old cymbals.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. When I was like, okay, what I was trying to say is, I think on Thursday night I went live, swapped out my things, my cymbals, put all special dries on there. And I was just like, I just love it. They're quick. They're trashy. You can really lay into them. They sound great, but then you can lightly tap like jazzy, and they're just so dynamic, and I love them. I'm loving. I've really like settled in on them where now I'm like, let's take it a step further. Why not get hi-hats that sound trashy?
Yeah.
Why not get effects, dude? Like, why not? So it was a transition for me too. I had to like go, the beginning of the trashiness was the K hybrids. I went nuts with those. And then it was like the smash trash crash. And that one's good too, but it's not versatile to me. And it's really loud and it's really like a unique sound. Anyways, I'm vibing out on them. So dang man, when are you going to get them?
I don't know.
Dang, I would be just losing it. I'd be losing it. Yeah, I feel like
they officially got ordered on Friday, I believe.
Cool.
And I don't know how long. This is my first time ordering direct from the factory, so I don't know how long it takes.
Wow.
I don't know if they have to make them and then send them, or if they already have some.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, that's cool. Congratulations. I can't wait to borrow them and break them. Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
We always talk about doing a cymbal swap and just like, playing each other's cymbals. Hey, what's up? People are chiming in on the chat room. Epic Jimenez jumping in, always jumping in on the live streams. Welcome to the Drum Brigade Podcast. You guys have any questions for me and Funky Phil? Just drop it in the chat. We'll hang out with you and see what's up. All right? Yeah. Funky Phil, for me, my week. So let's get something straight. We're live streaming right now. And we're successfully live streaming right now. Last week, I almost freaking lost my mind. No, I did lose my mind on air.
Die.
And it was not fun, but we figured it out. Had to get rid of that stupid idiot program called Streamlabs. I will never be using that. Dude, like, this isn't the official, but we might as well. I ain't trying to hear that right now. This Streamlabs thing, it had me going last week. Like, I was not happy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but I was not happy. Okay? Like, let's not get it twisted. When we're done with that podcast, I was like, I've gone through this process a few times. Like, I'm done. I'm not using it again. And then I'm like, maybe it's me. I'll just give it another shot. Let's just calm down. Let's count to 10. Let's give it another chance. Maybe it's just my internet connection. Maybe it's I'm trying to do too many things. Maybe. I keep doing this maybe thing. Every time I try to go live, something goes wrong. It crashes. There's no audio. There's no this. There's no that. In the middle of that rant last week, my audio goes out. Proof in the pudding. In the middle of a rant about this program, it fails exactly like I'm talking about. So as soon as I get done with that thing, we're done with our podcast, I start deleting it. Like I start freaking deleting this freaking stupid thing. All right? And I'm like viciously like, no, just delete. Just command delete. Just delete. I'm getting rid of it.
Hitting that delete.
Yes. Smashing delete. Getting
so hard
out of my computer and out of my life forever. So then I'm paying for a subscription for this service. So I'm deleting that. So I have to go in so that they don't charge me again. Okay, so you try to delete. This is what kind of stupid program this is. You go in, you say, hey, I would like to delete you. I don't want your service anymore. They're like, are you sure? And then you're like, yeah, I'm sure. Can you tell us the reason why? I'm like, this is the absolute biggest piece of trash in the world. How dare you guys charge people money for such a piece of junk? I cannot believe you guys would ever charge money for this. Funky Phil, before I continue on, they want to know what bands what are the bands where Funky Phil plays? Who do you play with so we can check them out? They want to listen to you.
I've JB in the Mood or Jody Bagley. I played on his latest release.
Yeah.
But lately I haven't been playing with anyone.
Yeah, none of us have.
It's been like a year.
We've just been teaching, man. Teaching.
Yeah, I played with Cassie B a lot. We have a couple things out.
What was that funk record?
Cassie B and the Stingers.
What was that funk record you did that was like on a 7-inch? Like a 45 you did.
Oh, I did some tracking on there's a song called Eternally Hopeful by Carly Johnson.
Yeah, funky.
That I played drums on that one. And I actually I wrote some of the other instrumental parts on that one too.
Very cool. If you guys want to check out Funky Phil, just go to go to Phil Pardell, PARDL.com, and you can see what he does and a bunch of teaching videos too. All right. Back to my story, Phil. Very mad right now. So they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Can you tell us why? Because you guys suck. You're the worst. I hate you. And like I said last week, I think you should jump off a cliff and die. Your program should not be a thing. Don't release your program if it's not ready for the marketplace. It's not ready. You guys need to freaking develop this, trial and error some stuff, fix the problems, hire a developer, and then release it. Don't release it like we're going to make a ton of people use this thing. Okay? Then it's like, okay, well, what if we offered you this? I'm like, no. I'm out. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, I'm sure. I'm getting pissed off now. Are you sure? I'm like, dude, literally, I'm not exaggerating, at least 10 different things that you have to go through. That's like, can you tell us why? Well, what if we offered you it for this price? Well, what if we did this? Well, what if we did that? What if? And I'm like, please stop. I'm done. Are you sure? I'm like, dude, if you ask me again, like I literally had to go through 10 different times. Yes, I'm sure. Here's why. Yes, no, I don't know. Are you sure? No, I'm good. I promise you I'm done. Finally deleted it. Never looked back.
Right, so this was all like text-based. You weren't actually talking to a human on the phone or anything?
No. This is text-based. When you try to unsubscribe to their thing, they ask you 10 to 15 times if you're sure, can we offer you something else that will change your mind? And I'm like, you could have a program that works and you can give me my $20 back. They didn't do that. So I'm out. Bye-bye. Have a good life. I don't want to talk to you anymore ever again. So help me God. Okay. So I deleted it. Deleted the heck out of it. Hold on. I got to give this to Phil.
You did it.
Yeah, I did it, and I'm proud of it. And now I'm using eCam Live, 2 M's, ECAMM live.com. Brilliant. Not one, dude, the difference in these programs, Phil. The streamlinedness of eCam. First of all, it's made for Apple.
Quick.
Made for Apple. Brilliant. Just so simple, so good. Not one time has this thing crashed on me. Not once. Not one time has the audio gone away. What you see is what you get. That's all I'm asking for. It's $1 more than stupid Streamlabs. Freaking
Nice.
I ain't trying to hear that right now. Not much. Got me so worked up. Kevin Aguchi's coming up. Anyways, my week this week, busy. Trying to figure out a lot of things with Drum Brigade, man. It's a difficult process I'm in right now. Anyways, Chops and Coffee happened this morning. It was awesome. Did not live stream this morning, but it was a hoot. We got new people coming in like every week, and it's crazy. And people are like just freaking loving the story of this. We got a special guest coming up on the line right now. Kevin Aguchi. It's the Pulse, the guy, the freaking what am I trying to say? I keep saying the Pulse. He's got his finger on the pulse. That's what I'm trying to say, Phil. All right, here we go. Let's see. He's in the green room. What up? Hold on. I'm just learning this. All right, there he is.
Woo!
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yay!
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Everybody in the chat room, can you hear Kevin Higuchi? The Gooch.
Looking like a Ken doll, just perfect.
Oh, I should have your name here. Yeah, there we go, Mr. the Gooch. All right, Mr. the Gooch, you're just hanging with us today. We don't have a guest, and you always got your finger on the pulse. We should be taking a break, but Phil, on the audio only version, can you just import the commercial?
Nope.
Please, Phil, I beg of you.
No.
I beg of you.
I refuse.
We got a panel here. Dang, bro. Kevin, how's your day going? How's your week going? How's your weekend? How's dropping some dope drum videos? Posted one on the Drum Brigade Instagram.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
Yeah, killing that. That was cool. What is that track?
So dude, I've been doing like I think I talked about it before, but I've been doing this thing where I just like turn on my Spotify release radar and I just drummed a song.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, and I just like turn the camera on and then turn my camera on.
That was tight.
Yeah, because I just need more practice, like with Final Cut. You know what I mean? So there's always like something that I'm trying to work on, and it just turns into like whatever. And I'm glad like the end result is just making content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm all about that life right now.
Yeah, that track was he's like a multi-instrumentalist producer. You know, I think he's out of LA. I've seen him doing videos on Instagram with that bass player Cartoon, who's super sick.
Cool.
But yeah, dude, I just like, I don't know, you just catch a vibe, you know?
That's dope.
Yeah, I posted one like maybe like a half hour ago. I found this like Tennyson remix of this Emma Louise song, and it's like so funky, dude. Like,
dang.
Yeah, it's really fun. I had a lot of fun mixing the audio for that one too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to do everything. You have to like shoot it. You have to like play it. You have to you know, edit it. It's fun. It's so crazy that you have to use so much stuff, so many applications, and so much effort to make like a 1-minute video.
I mean, I'm telling you, like, yeah, it's welcome to the struggle, man. Like, you know, I actually haven't edited a video in a while. Like, I was doing weekly edits and like filming stuff, and then I've just been going live and like keeping it simple just to keep content coming. Now my like streaming content is so much more than my like editing, but I still need to do an edit. Last week we were talking about doing an edited tour of the studio. And so we gotta do that. But yeah,
I'm always working on that thing.
as Jeff Endyke says.
I like the fact that it forces you to be selective about what you're gonna post. You know what I mean? Like you can't just post the whole thing. And dude, for me, I had like maybe 2 takes that I was in between, and I was like, man, you know what I mean? And then finally, I was just like, whatever. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I do actually edit video, but I don't do full mic up stuff and all that stuff for the Drum 365 on TikTok. It's on my TikTok page.
Yeah.
And those post to the Instagram stories too. But the idea behind that is just setting up like my phone or like my camera, and then whatever comes to mind is what I play. And then I'll take that and like edit that and like see what licks I'm cool with or what groove I'm cool with or whatever idea I'm cool with to post. Some of them is like blatant, flubs or whatever, but even those are cool sometimes. But it's amazing when you go back and look back at like your stuff. Cause I have like over 60 videos now that are up on TikTok that are all the same, just under 1 minute, normally about 30 seconds of just something playing wise. And it's amazing that, how you keep the process going of like, you're trying to be creative and you're trying to do something that you haven't done already. So my goal is to record or post 365 of them. I see a bunch of other drummers doing that online, but it's cool. It's really creative and it's really like inspiring. You can get yourself out of your rut, where you just keep doing, or you're working on something and then you can see it come to fruition. It's dope.
I was talking with Mike Park about TikTok like a week ago. It's a crazy platform. He was telling me like it's just like it's so it's a lot easier. People are going viral a lot easier on that. Yeah. And he was telling me about how he had just made a video about like the prepaid packers for mailing. He did a video of him stuffing like an extra large sweatshirt in a prepaid packer, and it's it's still $7 or whatever to ship it. And as we were talking like over like that half hour like through text, it went up to like 150,000 views. And talking about how like some of the kids on his label have like millions of followers on TikTok. Like, dude, it's like it just happens so quickly.
I've seen his page, man. It's funny. Like he'll get on rants. It's just random. Like he's just really random, right? He's just like rants about people complaining about not getting their records soon enough or something, and like it's pretty funny. But like, my friend Marcel, like his wife has gone super viral on TikTok. She's like, she's Polish, and they do this thing where, like he did this thing where he's trying to get her to say it, like English words. And like, so he'll show her like a flashcard of like Worcestershire sauce or whatever, however you say it. And then she's trying to say it with her Polish accent. Dude, like 1 billion views. 1 billion views. They're making money off of TikTok.
Yeah.
And like he does this viral. He's trying to go viral with this thing where he's doing a series of videos where he's his whole premise is like that he woke up in the middle of the desert and he's like abandoned. He's like, he doesn't know how he got there. And he's like trying to figure out, it's really done like DIY though, like budget. It's just him holding his phone like, all right guys, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here. And like, I think I can charge my phone with this rock. And then he like kind of pretends like he's putting it on there. And then he's like, I'm going to try to call for help. And then like, there's like another thing where he's like, I found this cave. You guys think I should go in? Hit yes or no. Like, and like stuff like that. And it's like, dude, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, like nothing. Meanwhile, I'm over here busting my butt trying to post a drum video. And like, but no, seriously, like TikTok it's easier. I just haven't really put a lot of effort into like whatever my thing is. It's just like drum videos,
Have to kind of click it, you know what I mean? He was telling me I should start a TikTok and be like, he's like, you should just do pop songs and just blast beat through them all.
That's a good idea.
I was all right. I'm like, I'm terrible at blast beats, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not a bad idea. It'd probably totally work. It'd probably totally work, dude. Totally work. All right. Well, that leads me to my next soapbox. I hope you guys are ready. What happened, Phil?
I was gonna ask, should I do the Insta Live?
Oh yeah, please.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, guys, in the chat room. How's everybody doing in the chat room? We got a few people watching.
Okay, now we're live on the Insta.
Oh boy. Well, here we go.
I ain't trying to hear that right now.
Welcome Instagram Live. Welcome everyone. Can we just stop with the everybody wants to rule the world? Can we just stop with this? The metric modulation, freaking everyone wants to rule the world. Everybody wants to rule the world. Can we just stop? Freaking drum world. Like, what is wrong with everybody? Can anybody come up with something original?
I got something to say. Like, okay, so when I was watching those, the initial ones were great, you know?
Yes.
But I mean, it turned into like a challenge, like the ice bucket challenge, right? So everyone started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was curious about, I was waiting to see like who was going to take it and do something, a step further. And some people tried, but I didn't really feel it. But I was going to tell you what you should have done is taken the modulated 4 and then played it as a I almost dropped a bad word. Should have done it with like a 1 drop. You know what I mean?
Don't think that didn't cross my mind.
Yeah, it would have been dope. Or modulate into the 4 and do it as a dance hall.
Yeah. Well, don't think that didn't cross my mind. I was wrapping my head around trying to the dun 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 dun, like changing that to flipping that to where that's like the off beats for ska, and then playing like like
the
yeah.
It was insane. But at the same time, it's like, I was like, it was starting to run its course, so
I'm so tired of this. Okay. It should have started with the dudes who did it, who originated, the original dude who did it, started this viral thing, a couple others, and it should have ended with Spanky. Spanky's version was, no one can touch Spanky's version. No one. It was the dopest thing I've ever heard. It should have ended there. Oh, then it should have ended with Timbo's version. Timbo's version was freaking insane. Just going and like yelling in the mic, and playing blast beats over it. That's how I feel. That's how all of us feel.
I love the fact that I hadn't really seen content from Spanky the whole pandemic, and then he just dropped that.
Blew the doors off. Yeah. That's next level. Like, then Eric Moore comes in with his, and it's like, okay, dude. Like, it's still not as good as Spanky's. You're just shedding over this. This is like, no one can touch Spanky's version, dude. No one. When I heard it, that was the first one I heard, and I was just like, oh my God, like, blew my mind. All right, but I'm so glad, like, none of the Brigade dudes have done it. I'm so glad none of the Brigade dudes have done it. I would have to make fun of us. And I almost
about to post mine.
Phil, don't do it, man.
I'm just kidding.
I almost posted a punk version of it, just doing like a double time beat of it. And then I was like, you know what? No, like Timbo already did it. Timbo did a blast beat version of it. And like, I'm blatantly making fun of it. And like, I think it's cool. I think it is very cool. But my soapbox about this is, why does the drum world, industry people and drummer people, why does everybody copy everybody? Nobody has an original idea. I understand that's a challenge, but nobody took it and did something different with it. Everybody does the same metric modulation. Everybody does the exact same version of it. Everybody, like the drum industry, this is a huge deal right now for me that like I cannot I'm on a soapbox daily about the stupid drum industry and how nobody in the whole freaking drum industry is doing anything original. No one. Everybody is copying everybody. How many versions of big fat snare drum do we need? How many versions of, I can't even think of another one. Like, I don't know. How many versions, like why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? How many versions of this stuff? How many people are going to copy tackle? Like, literally, how many people are going to copy tackle, dude? Like, I'm so tired of so much. And it sends me over the edge when I start seeing, like, everybody is just doing the same freaking thing. Stop copying everybody. Do something original. What is your thing? Do that. Stop with the freaking metric modulation. Everybody wants to rule the world. Why do you need to do that when we've seen everybody do it 1,000,000 times better than you? It's my soapbox.
I ain't trying to hear that right now.
I hope you're happy, Phil.
Okay, I got a good I guess maybe like cure for that. So when I thought about what I wanted to like present to you guys this week, I guess, is there's some good content on YouTube right now, and it's not by a drummer. Korey Wong has been putting out awesome content on YouTube. Earlier in the pandemic, he put out a series on the Ernie Ball page, YouTube channel, and it's awesome because it like addresses like a lot of things about being a musician, like how to get the gig, you know, like how to keep the gig, you know, like responsible things about that kind of stuff. But one of them that he does that's really good is he talks about money and compensation, and he does it very transparently, which is really nice. But one big lesson in it is about like being humble, but also knowing your worth. You know what I mean? Like knowing your worth as a musician, you know, and like taking it seriously as a professional, you know?
Yeah.
So good. And then recently he just put out he has a series that comes out every week called Korey and the Wong Notes. And it's him and his band, and it's a variety show. They play a tune, they do some sketches, and they have a musical guest, and like the band is like insane.
Really?
The bass fire, dude. It's so good.
That's a great idea. That's what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. So if you need a break, get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just feel like, you know, thank gosh, man. Like, thank goodness we didn't have I mean, this sounds super negative, and I feel like a lot of people would disagree with me, but I was so glad there was no NAMM show this year. I was so glad. Like, I love the hang and all that stuff, but dude, I personally just needed a break from all of this, dude. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of all of it. I'm just tired of all the companies. I'm so tired of all the companies not paying attention to the people that use their stuff, like the actual musicians and the drummers. I'm so tired of
the COVID spike that would happen at the NAMM show.
Oh my gosh, that's like a super spreader event, dude. It was a super spreader event in January last year. You know, because nobody knew that COVID was going around, and it was just like everybody was there from all different parts of the world. You know, I got sick from that.
I didn't know that yesterday was the Super Bowl.
Hey, they want to know in the chat room what the name of the guy you were just talking about was. Ernie something?
Who?
Yeah.
Korey Wong.
Korey Wong.
Yeah, he's the guitar player from Wolfpack.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And the other show's called Korey and the Wong Notes.
That's great.
Dude, the production on it is insane, dude. When you watch it, you'll be like, whoa, what kind of cameras are they using? They're in like a real studio. And like, it's so vivid. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, for so many content, you'll be like, wow.
It's
like,
a live stream thing?
No, it's shot. It's shot like a show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So yeah, I was just saying, you know, I don't want to get too deep on that topic of like how mad I am at a lot of the drum industry people, but it's a big problem, man. Like the drummers in our community, the drummers in the drum community are rarely like the real drummers, the real dudes that are out there really working, really playing, really buying the stuff, using the stuff that these companies are selling to. The guys who really can make a difference are not paid attention to. They're just like overlooked for the bigger name guys that aren't the ones that are actually buying or using the stuff. Like if you're a case company, like SKB or something, the drummers that they put on their flyers and their covers and their ads and their blah, 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 the drummers they pay attention to that get free stuff don't actually use their stuff for the most part. Like if you're on major tours and stuff like that, you're not using that stuff. I don't care if you have a snare thing. Like, dude, if you're a clinician drummer and you show up at Guitar Center for a clinic or wherever, Joe's music shop, you're not using SKB cases, dude. Kevin disagrees with me.
No, I don't disagree with you, but I was gonna say, to be honest, like, so I'm a working drummer, but like I spend so much of my time just trying to figure out drumming. I can't focus on selling someone else's products. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I do my best,
but
I'm
neither
just worrying about good.
I know, but what I'm saying is these guys don't even pay attention to what guys like us want or what guys like us need. Or maybe you even have a conversation with your actual consumers, have a conversation with the drum community. Instead, the focus is put on how cheap can I get this product made, and then how much can I charge for it, and how much money can I make, the bottom line. And there isn't any attention being given to the drum community. And then that spills over to the real topic at hand today is everybody's seeing, oh, that's working for that person, so I'm going to do that. And then they don't ever like come up with something original. You know, it's like, and it's with the same way with drummers. Okay, I can't gig, so recording drum lesson videos works for Mike Johnston, so that's what I'm going to do. You know, like we're guilty of it too. Like we want to do that, you know, but it's like, how do you do that different? Like basically, dude, I'm reading this book right now. It's called The Purple Cow. It was suggested from Channing Holmes, another amazing drummer, been on the show, true artist. And it's talking about that. Like if you're in a market where it's like flooded with a bunch of the same thing, like what makes you stand out? Like why would they come to me versus Mike Johnston when Mike Johnston's easier and probably cheaper? He has more material. It's more interactive. Why would they come to me? You know, I have to do something that's different, or I have to cater to a specific group of people. There isn't a specific group of people that the drum industry is catering to. They're catering to drummers, and that's it. It isn't like this type of drummer. They don't even know that there's different types of drummer. They don't even know that there's a difference between all three of us, or like maybe us as a group, or the people that listen to our show. And then the Eric Moores and the Thomas Langs and the Dave Weckels and the whoever, Greg Bissonets. Like they just go for those guys because they're famous and well known, but they're not actual consumers. You're giving your product to those guys. Those guys don't make a difference in our community. They play really well. They don't make a difference in I don't buy stuff because Thomas Lang uses it. I'm a big fan of Thomas Lang. I love Thomas. He's been on the show. I think Thomas Lang is great. I think he's an amazing drummer, one of the best. But never once have I been like, I'm going to play Roland V drums because he does. But if I'm like, hey, if one of my students reaches out to me and goes, hey, you know, I want to get electronic drums, I can honestly give an honest opinion because I use them.
I think with the, for me at least, with the approach of like, whatever I do, it makes me think about like, back in the day, I used to be in a band where like the band was constantly trying to just like catch the wave of a trend, you know, like let's try this style. Let's just try this style. And, you know, at first, you know, I was like, okay, you know, like let's try anything that works. But after a while, that just seems like a race you can't win. You know, you're always behind, you know? Yeah. So what I realized for myself was like anything that I do, I just want to make something that like that's sincere for me, like that I
Exactly.
like, something I like to watch or listen to. And if no one likes it, at the end of the day, at least I still do, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I feel like, a way of like, that's why I can't really lie, because I'm not good at it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very good at it. So like, if I were trying to play like some type of music or make some type of content that wasn't true to like what I thought was sick, it would be so fake and like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work.
It's a hard. I mean, maybe the Roland V drum thing is a bad example, but for me, I've made this distinction in a lot of different ways, like with endorsements for one thing, or like who represents the Drum Brigade brand, and like, you know, what drummers I want to have on this podcast, and like, and what I want to use to really like. It wasn't until like I started trying to consider myself as an artist, you know, like, and not a hack. This is something we were talking about last week, that it's like, I don't want to play my drums and do what other people want me to do. Like, I want to do what I do and what I love. That's why I love to play drums. It's a creative outlet. It's art. And I cannot handle when these companies take our art and then try to make money off of it for them. They try to look at our art as a bottom line. What can I do to make money? I can't freaking handle that. So when a company like approaches me and sees me as like, how can I sell products? Man, I don't think you don't get to take my passion and my art and just make a buck off of it. But if I believe in your product, then yeah, like I'm saying a lot of different things here, but like, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with like, this is why like I had to jump ship, no offense to them, but I had to jump ship from Spawn drums and started playing Masters of Maple drums. Masters of Maple drums was a fit for me. Like for my brand, for me as a person, for me as an artist, it was a versatile company. It was a company that I felt like I belonged. They approached me, and it wasn't that Spawn makes bad drums. They make amazing drums. It just wasn't fit for me. And so
I think that's a big lesson for like anyone who wants to be in like an industry of any sort. You know what I mean? Like, you talk about it, but like, you know, especially when you're young, you're just like, oh, I'll take any endorsement I can get, because they're so hard to get.
If you're
right?
doing that, man,
you want to make sure that you're like working with people that you want to be aligned with. Like, they believe in you and you believe in them, and you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to like work with anything that like, say if they want you to do something that you're like, that doesn't feel right for me. They're like, make this type of content, and you're like, well, I don't do that. That's the wrong company with, you know what I mean? And to be honest too, I've had past I've had endorsements with past companies that I love their products and stuff like that, but like, I don't know, like it was very apparent, other than them supporting me with discounts and gear and stuff like that, but like I don't think they were very invested or concerned with what I was actually doing with my life.
Exactly.
You know, whereas now for the first like time, I'm like, man, I feel very aligned with the people I work with, like not just endorsements and companies. I'm talking about like the music I work with,
exactly.
Like whatever my bands work with, whatever, you know, our record label, or, you know, like I learned from Jeff, my singer, that he's like, dude, you don't need to like do anything to like conform with like whatever someone else wants. He's like, if that's the case, just do it yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And he's like, and if you're successful doing it yourself, dude, people will want to work with you. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Well,
and
yeah,
deep down inside, we all know that, but that's a hard lesson to like execute. You know what I mean? Because it's scary, you know, on your own, you're like, who's going to like it? Will it be any good? Like, it may never do anything. But then also you just kind of come to grips with that. You'd be like, okay.
Yeah. If you're worried about that, then you're not creating art. You're becoming a hack. You're just doing things because people want you to do them. If you're not playing what you want to play, I'm sorry. That's just that I've fallen into that same trap. And like, that was the first question Masters of Maple asked me. What somebody in the chat room wants to know about our endorsement. So I'm endorsed by Masters of Maple drums, Aquarian drum heads, and a head armor cases. And that's it. I don't have an endorsement with Zildjian. I would love to, but I don't. And but I still play their stuff because I want to, you know. And I don't have a stick endorsement. I play Drum Brigade sticks when they're in stock. If not, then I'll buy whatever sticks I want, so normally I just buy Vic Firth 5As. Have not gotten along with Vic Firth, dude who doesn't work there anymore. Thank goodness. But I still would pay for their sticks because it's quality product. The AR rep at Vic Firth. Yeah. Bye. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yeah, I made that mistake. For me, it wasn't like I made that mistake of trying to just this goes back to acceptance and feeling like I want to be accepted by my community. I want to be accepted by the companies, like the industry people. I want to be accepted by all these different things. And so I was like, when you start searching for that acceptance, it kind of changes your mindset to where that's what you're focused on, and you're not focused on your art. You're focused on whoever in the community that will accept you. So that's the guys that are walking around NAMM show collecting endorsements for whoever they will accept or for whoever will accept them. But that's not really like, first of all, why would a company, I mean, these companies are also desperate and have no clue what they're doing. But like a lot of these guys capitalize on that. They know that they have a lot of followers and they know that they can get whatever they want for free, and they collect. It's a dopamine fix. They get something for free, and then they just, I don't know, they go to the next company and get something, and they're not doing anything for that company that they're endorsing. For me, it's different. And for you guys, I'm sure it's different too. Once I got past the man, this isn't really, this company hasn't accepted me. Every time I call before I'm ready to leave on a tour and I say, hey, it's Korey, I need a backline kit for this place, or I need some help getting some, whatever. I have a cracked cymbal. And they're like, Korey, who? That's not a company accepting you. That's a company putting you on their list of drummers where you'll hopefully help them sell something. And I'm like, I don't even know about the products I'm playing. I'm just collecting stuff that people are going to give me a discount on. I don't want to use this. And that's how it was with Spawn drums. Again, Spawn drums as a product was some of the best drums I ever played. They were so great sounding. They were amazing drums. Amazing. I still have Spawn drums stacked up right there that light up on every video that I play on. Anyways, I remember quitting the band I was in, going online, checking Spawn drums, trying to see if what kit I wanted to order next, because I didn't want a kit that lights up. I wanted a kit that was like a little bit more classic looking. I was changing my vibe, my style, my brand, whatever. What's going to make me stand out as different? It's not going to be a light up drum set. That's a little bit too much. So I wanted something classic. What's me? I'm asking myself these questions. I'm into like traditional ska and reggae. Like I'm into like jazz and Brazilian music and like punk, and I want some vintage. I'm into vintage clothes. I'm into like all that kind of stuff, right? And I go on Spawn's website and I'm just like looking at their ads and I'm looking at the list of drummers and I'm like, man, like I don't fit in here. This isn't for me. Like, and then there was like some ad that they had with like some girl like bending over with a G-string and like flames and like edge and like, but granted, I love when my wife wears G-strings. Okay. But like drum ads, not into that. Okay. Like, this is not going to represent me and my brand. Granted, I'm talking about G-strings on the show, but you know what I'm saying, okay? You know what I'm saying. I might have to cut this out, Phil. Anyways, so it just wasn't a fit for me, is what I'm trying to say. It wasn't a fit. About that time, like when I made that adjustment, Masters of Maple comes to one of my shows that I was playing, and it was like, hey, man, like, what's up? Have you thought about playing like, why do you play Spawn drums? And it wasn't like trying to poach. And I'm like, oh man, I'm diehard endorsee, blah, 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 blah. I'm like telling it all right now online. I should like hold back a little bit. But anyways, it was a friendship and a relationship that was formed off the bat before I even tested the drums out, is what I'm saying. It was a friendship. It was being like accepted in like, hey man, I want you to come over and try my stuff. Just try it. Have you tried it before? And so I went and tried it. I booked a session and tried it, and it was great. And then like the rest is history. But I had to do that with a lot of companies. Like, this isn't a fit for me. Like, just because you're giving me free t-shirts, this isn't a t-shirt I would wear. So why am I wearing it? Just because it's free. And so long story short, I've had to align myself with companies that I would buy anyway. Like for years and years, I would get Brixton stuff for free. But like, I still buy Brixton beanies and like hats and stuff. I still wear Brixton because it's a brand I would wear. So like, that's why I play Zildjian cymbals and I pay full price for them. Because that's what I want to, that's what I was getting at is when I met Sahir, the first thing he said is, I noticed you're playing Spawn drums. Did you choose to play Spawn drums or like, what's the deal? Yeah, I went to them and they offered me a deal and I needed a kit and and he's like, but what did you play before Spawn? Well, I had another endorsement with another custom drum company. And what about before them? Well, I always played Yamaha drums. So is that what you like? Well, yeah. So what is it that you like? You're playing some off-brand cymbal company. You're playing some off-brand drums. You're playing like, what do you want to play? He's like, money isn't a problem. What are you going to buy? I'm going to buy a Yamaha drum kit. I'm going to buy Zildjian cymbals. I'm going to use Vic Firth sticks. He's like, all right, well then let's get you set up with that. I'm like, really? You can do that? Well, I'll build you a kit that's like a Yamaha kit. I can build to those specs and like, we'll use what you want. I'm like, dang, that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be like, who's going to pay attention to me? Who's going to accept me? Who's going to freaking give me what I want for free? Anything for free, anything. I just want anything. Just give it to me. Just send it to me. Just like, it's like, look, man, I love getting stuff for free, but I don't know, man. Maybe my mind is all over the place, but there's a lot of frustration. These companies don't pay any mind or attention to our community, man. The drum community, you guys have never, ever once asked the drum community what we're actually looking for. The only thing you've asked is what the bottom line is and how much you can make off of it. That's it. That's why you give it to the most popular drummers for free so that they can try to make you $1. It's whack sauce.
I ain't trying to hear that right now.
All over the place, Phil. G-String, Spawn Drum Company, drum community. I haven't eaten breakfast. 2 cups of coffee and no breakfast. This is what you get, people. I love drums. Obviously, you guys know that. I love drums, and I love that we have a community. But I've like the last couple weeks have been rough, man. For like, as far as it's been great for Drum Brigade, it's been great for me and building and being positive and all of that stuff. It's just been rough with like the positivity in the drum community. I feel myself getting more and more infuriated over like drum teachers and getting infuriated over the drum community and how outdated it is and how lame some of these guys are. They have not changed anything. The drum community is simply this. It's a bunch of fools that are self-centered and all about themselves, and they're not about other people. They're not actually about, this is a segment that I wanted to have on our show, Phil. It sounds good, but not true. SGNT segment. SGNT. Any drummer out, so this is the premise of this segment. You make a blatant statement. It sounds good, but it's not true. So here's my blatant statement. Any drummer out there that is like, I'm just sharing my gift, man. I'm just sharing my gift. I'm just so proud and just getting to share my gift with people. Sounds good, but it's not true, dude. You're self-centered and you're all about you, okay? You're trying to melt my face with your chops. You're not about sharing. All you teachers out there, all of you are about yourself, proving to your freaking students how great you are and not trying to help them to progress. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? I've never heard my drum teacher play.
You never heard your drum teacher play?
Never really heard him play. Yeah, and
dude, that's a great teacher, man.
a lot of my students, unless they've come to like a gig or something because their parents took the initiative to be like, when are you playing again? You know, or blah, blah, blah. They don't know. They don't really know. I don't like really, I never really play for them. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I am here as a resource, you know, but
that's good. That's what the difference between you and like a lot of other teachers out there. If you're not teaching with love and with service in mind, you're doing it wrong. Blatant, dude. Sounds good, but not true. I'm on one today, man. I'm on one.
Did it edit me?
No, you're good. It could be my internet. Phil's frozen. There we go.
I'm sorry. My camera. Yeah.
I think it was, no, you're good. You're good. I think it was my internet. But anyways.
I was just.
I heard what you said. And it's true. I'm making blatant statements on this episode, but it's for a reason. But the thing is, man, like this is part of art and the process. You know what I'm saying? Like when like the same book that I'm reading, they're like talking about like, man, if you don't have several people like getting up and walking out when you're giving a talk, you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I'm like trying to talk about like what I really truly believe, and like it's a lot of frustration that is happening, and it's not just me. A lot of students are frustrated with like I was looking at some dudes like drum school website yesterday, like last night before I went to bed, looking for ideas and like looking for inspiration. And I was just like so bothered. I had to like delete and just walk away. Like, I can't do this. You know, there's a lot of improvement that we can make on the Drum Brigade website or on our personal websites or whatever, on my website. Not denying that. But like a lot of these guys are like stuck in like 90s. Their websites look 90s. It's like clip art. Their t-shirts are like clip art of like some cartoon drummer guy, and then it's like 1-800 like call drums now. Like it's just blatant advertising. It's just blatant like it's blatantly like, here's my list of credentials and like here's why I can help you be like the best, you know? And it's like, because I'm the best. And you know, you're just in that lesson just hearing him like freaking, I don't know, like I've been in lessons like that where my teacher is just trying to impress me and prove that he's great, better than me. And I'm like, dude, I'm paying you. I came to you to learn. And I've had lessons like students come to me and think that's how the lessons are going to be. And then I'm like, no, man, this is about you feeling like you belong behind your drums. If I make you feel inferior or don't make you leave here feeling inspired, then you're like, I don't know, I'm doing it wrong, you know? And so I just, like all these different things that I'm seeing, man, I know I'm all over the place, but like all these different things that I'm seeing, like with everybody copying each other, everybody outdated using this old 90s model of like, I don't know, Guitar Center, freaking NAMM show, you know, these older guys that are just like, how great am I? The Romeo de Pocket like style. I'm the most amazing thing, and let me teach you a thing or two when you're not asking, like the unsolicited attitude of helping you out. It's nonsense, man. It's time for a change. It's nonsense. It's time that drummers stop feeling inferior. Stop trying to make people feel inferior. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop trying to make the guys who are buying your products feel inferior. That's one thing that's happening. You're only going for the most popular guys that aren't selling anything. Drummers, teachers, stop trying to make people feel inferior, fools. Service, love, help. Where's that at? Start with that. Companies, I already said enough. Gosh. And stop with the stinking, right, everybody wants to rule the world. Stop. Goodness gracious.
Oh, man.
Can we shift gears?
Woo.
Can we shift gears? What the heck is that? This is this one time segment.
I like the segment with all the drops at once.
Sometimes you just hit things. All right. Anyways, hey, this one time, it's a segment on the show we didn't get to last week. I've been trying to tell this one for months. All right. This is a tour story. Oh my goodness. He's here, ladies and gentlemen.
You're funky, man.
He's in the chat room. Dude, I should have just sent you the link, Zach.
I kind of draw the line at poop.
Sorry, you guys don't know what's happening, but Zach Nager's in the chat room. What up, Zach? So this one time, it was on tour. I can't say names, but this one time, it was on tour. We were opening for a band, pretty famous band in the punk rock genre. Not gonna tell you who it is, so don't even bother typing it in the chat. Okay, so we're standing on the side of the stage, getting ready to go, waiting for our intro music to go on. But the sound man, side stage, like sound man guy, is like, no, hold on, we'll just give it a few more minutes. All right, so we're just waiting. It ends up being like 5-10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. So we have like, like on tour when you're supporting, you have like 30 minutes. You don't go overtime. Like if anything, you cut it like 2 minutes short or something. You do not go over, or you might get kicked off, or you might get a talking to. That cuts into the headliner's time. We can't do that. All right. Well, they're pushing us back. So we have a 30-minute set timed out, and we're good. The intro music goes on. We play our 30-minute set. We don't stop. And we see the band, the headliner band watching us like, shut it down when we're like on our last song. We're like, what are they talking about? Like what? So we're like, yeah, dude, yeah. And we keep playing. And they're like, shut it down. And I'm thinking they're like, yeah. But they're like, shut it down. Like I'm thinking, yeah, you guys are dope, So we're like, yeah, we're still playing. They finally can't take it anymore. They shut us down. Like they shut the sound off. So we're like, okay. So we just end. We're like, whatever. Yeah. Throw my sticks in the audience. Walk off stage. And they're like standing on the side of the stage like mad. Not happy. And so we're like, what? They're like, dude, you guys went overtime, man. That's not cool. Now that's cutting into our song. We can't do we can't do our encore because of you guys. We're like, what? Like what? Wait, what? And so we're like, oh, sorry, we had no idea. Like the sound guy, the sound guy talked to our tour manager. The tour manager told us, don't worry, you guys are fine. Just wait a few more minutes. And they're like, oh, your tour manager said? We're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're all good. And so we're like, oh, okay. We're in the dressing room. We hang out, whatever. So we're done. We're packing up for the night. Our tour manager is a little disheveled. And he tells us, do you guys even know what happened to me? And we're like, no, what happened? And he's like, well, while the band was on stage, their enforcer guy, this is how this band rolls, was like, hey, are you the band's tour manager? Yeah. And he's like, I need to have a word with you outside. Take them out to their bus. And then there's 3 guys out there kind of like waiting, like a gang, dude. And they full on jumped our tour manager. They roughed up, not bad. They roughed him up though. A few socks in the face, few gut punches, roughed him up good. They said, if you ever disrespect us again, it's going to be much worse. You just better be glad that we like the band that's opening for us. You better be glad that this is your first offense. If it happens again, you're gone.
What?
Were you on tour with this, or was it just a one-off?
This was it was a tour. Oh no, this might have been a one-off, but this is a band that it's a band we were tight with. Not mentioning names,
sorry,
Kevin. Don't try to dig.
That's dumb, dude. I'm not into that.
I can figure.
What's that?
I know. I can figure it out. I think I know who it is.
It's I mean, that's how they roll. It's really how they roll. Needless to say, we didn't go overtime again. But we were like, it wasn't our fault, dude. Your dude's the one who told us to not go overtime.
That's kind of crazy, man, because like I don't man, like because I've been in bands where we've done that kind of tour and it was like a buy-on, and so like you know what I mean, like there's like this kind of like weird relationship with like the headliner and the openers. It's like you don't go anywhere near their dressing rooms, you don't touch any of their all that stuff.
This was like, not like that. This was not. He said
but since then, like I've only been on tours where like we've been invited. You know what I mean? So
this was we were invited.
Yeah, but like that still seemed like they were like, don't come in our dressing room and don't touch our stuff. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
it was they were very. We were tight. We were tight. Zach says it's the boss tones. We would have roughed up the boss tones, dude.
That is crazy.
Yeah, dude. This was in overseas too, so it was like I felt really bad, and our dude was not like, he knew it was coming. Our tour manager knew it was coming, and so he kind of took his wallet out, like kind of put it in the van, in our van, took his keys out, put it in the van, and was like, you know, I think I know what's happening. And they didn't like fully bloody him up, but they roughed him up good. And then the band was just kind of like, nothing ever happened. Just our enforcer handled it. And we won't do that again, will we? You know, and it was just like, wow. Yeah. I have a lot of those kind of stories, man. That was a punk rock like tour that we were on back in the day. It was years
We are
ago.
punk rock as it gets.
Yeah. That day though, we walked off stage like pretty punk, dude. Our sound got cut and we just threw our sticks. Like our dude just threw his guitar down, like literally threw it like on the floor and just walked off. Like we were pretty punk, man.
When you're playing like a big show like that, your set always gets cut. You know, you can see the time and you're like, yo, I know we have 5 minutes left. They're like, last song.
Yeah.
And you're like, you just come to expect it. You know, every time you do those shows, you're like, you know, they say you get a half hour. You really get 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of those kind of stories. I have another this one time that I'll have to tell next week about our Madness tour we did. I will mention that name. It was the biggest tour I've ever done, like huge, like arenas, Wembley Arena, and like sold out 20,000 capacity dates. And that was the worst we've ever been treated, ever, like literally starving on that tour. Like, yeah, nuts, man.
That's crazy.
The worst we've ever been treated. Was trying to sneak in, like literally trying to sneak in their dressing rooms to like steal food. And like, they're just, dude, yeah, nuts. We've done some tours like that where it's just like, and for them, they were like, you know, they were like, we've been there, you know, we opened for the Clash and they treated us like this. And I'm like, man, if I ever get to where like we're headlining, we're always going to treat the bands friendly that's opening for us, man. I'm never going to treat people bad because we did, you know, you had to be treated bad. It's stupid. So
when we have headliners, we bring our friends on tour, you know what I mean? And like, it's like anything you want, like help yourself. Like, you know, I generally let the bands use my drums, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, like whatever you need, because headlining, like, dude, that's like, it's an honor to be there. You know what I mean? And like, you got to give back.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I try to think like that. I try to think about that, like, too, you know, anytime, like I don't really like people playing my drums because people, like, especially in the ska world, people love to mistreat your stuff or they'll just make adjustments. There's no, like, ethics as far as that goes. I've had people retune my drums before, and, like, I've had, like, a bunch of, like touring with Hepcat or Western Standard Time, you know, like we'll set our stuff up and then I've been like, all right, it's cool if you use my stuff. You know, I understand we're a big band and then I've come back and like everything is just completely like drums are tuned different. Like, you know, they've like used my sticks and like used my cymbals and my snare when I'm like, no, dude, no. Like stuff like that. Oh, hey man, I balanced out your toms a little bit. They were just a little uneven. So like, I'm like, what? You know? So finally with those guys, I'm like, no, like you can't use my stuff. Like every time I play with Western Standard Time. I'm coming from San Diego with my drums. And there's a dude that's in LA and he wants to like Uber to the gig. And so he's like, I'll just use Korey's stuff. I'm like, no, you won't. You got to bring your stuff, dude, or I'll use your stuff. You know, and it's just like, what? I can't use your stuff. I'm like, no, you can't. No.
I do have one complaint. If you're, sharing a bill, and this isn't like the backline situation where you're sharing a kit, but like, you're moving a kit on and off stage at a show. Drummers, you have to learn this lesson. When your set is done and you have to get off and it has to be quick, just pick up all your stuff
and move it off.
And then start unpacking. I hate it when it's like you're done and they start undoing simple. That's like, bro, no. Like, just break it down off stage. That's the way to do it,
Yeah.
Like venues that have like experienced runners and stuff like that, they know they'll just go on stage and start picking everything up. And as like drummers are trying to grab the wing nuts and they're like, oh, but like that's the one lesson you got to learn, dude. Like if you're opening, your job is to get your stuff off as fast as possible.
Right.
And there will be a place for you to like neatly and organize, take your stuff apart rather than on stage where you'll like lose everything,
Yeah. And you know what? If you're not using my snare and cymbals, all right, use your own snare and cymbals. You like, if you have to use my drums, you're not this is a whole nother thing, man. I've had like a bunch of bands like, well, he doesn't bring his snare. Can you just use? I'm like, no. I've had a drummer break my snare before, break the head on it in the middle of the set. I just prefer not. I stopped with that. I have a bunch of these one times. I can't wait to tell that story. That's a good one. The Madness tour. That was rough, man. Greatest tour of my life. Rough though. Rough. Hardest time of my life. I wouldn't take it back. Amazing, but rough. So like lost so much respect for one of my favorite bands, So, all right, guys. Let's wrap this thing up, Phil. I've had enough rants for the day. This has been really cool. Different approach on how to do our show. Doing it live. Thank you, Kevin, for coming on. Thank you, Funky Phil. Coming back. Oh yeah. Coming back tomorrow with the Acceptance podcast. So that should be fun. Thank you guys in the chat room for watching, hanging out with us for the whole show, man. We did not have one point where we were streaming to no one. Anything in the on the Instagram chat, Funky Phil?
No, just some a few friends up in there.
Nice one. Hello, everyone.
No questions.
Cool. All right. So anyways, this is episode 102 of the Drum Brigade podcast. Mostly me ranting the whole time. It's a touchy subject though over the past couple weeks. Touchy subject. So you guys have known, like I've been like ranting on our chat about this stuff. We got a lot of stuff to work through this week on the Instagram chat. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. I'm going to be chiming in with different stuff. As far as all of you guys listening and watching, thank you for just straight up showing up in top form today, making it worthwhile for us. If you guys want to support this podcast or anything else that Drum Brigade does, please hit the link. And it's in the description. That's how you can support. It goes right to our PayPal or it goes right to the Drum Brigade merch store. I literally had somebody in Chops and Coffee today say, you know what you guys should do is make like hoodies and like t-shirts and like you guys should make Drum Brigade merch. And I'm like, wait, are you serious right now or is this a joke? And so I had to like inform him that we have merch coming out of our ears and like you should check it out because it's like dope, right? All right, I need to eat some breakfast. It's been a long morning already and I got a long day ahead of me. Episode 102, one more time, thank you guys. As I always say when I sign off on anything I do, thank you to Kevin Higuchi, Phil Pardell, Zach Nager, all you guys, Epic Jimenez, all you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for helping us to feel accepted and feel like we belong behind these microphones today and behind our drums. I hope you guys have felt the same way. And we will see you guys tomorrow, probably. Tomorrow for Acceptance Podcast. Yeah. Have a good day. Drum Brigade.
You're a legend. You're a legend. This is why you're a true drummer, Korey.
Ooh, I gotta pee so bad.
Funky Phil's got to pee. That's why he was dancing in his chair. Thanks, Epic.
Are we,
What's that? You were cutting out.
are we off?
We are. Well, if I finish this, then we're gonna be off. So yeah.
No, I'm not.
We're still
on the pod.
we're still live streaming, but the audio only is done.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. You want to know who it is, huh?
I wanted to guess.
All right. You can't guess on the line. So, all right.
Yeah.
Everyone in the
Thanks.
chat, great hanging with you guys. Thank you. We'll see you later.